Guys, welcome back to Smart Trader. This is Dias Paul and thank you so much for all your likes, comment, share and subscribe my channel. If you're a new viewer, definitely go to my channel, watch all the videos, and if you're liking these videos, then hit the subscribe button to be a part of Smart Trader family. And please don't forget to hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a video, you get a notifications. For the ones who want additional services, you can always WhatsApp our customer care team. 7892652481 is their WhatsApp number. You can text them and request for the details. So you don't have a calling option, so please do not call them. And Vinay is the person who will be taking care of the customer care team, so you can WhatsApp Vinay. And for the ones who wants to open an account through us in Zerodha or Upstock, you can click the link in this about section or else in the video description on Zerodha or Upstock and open your demat account. For the ones who are opening your demat account, you will be added to our Telegram channel for lifetime learning and bonding. So without wasting time, let's start off with today's topic. So today we are going to discuss about gap up and gap down topic. So in gap up and gap down topic, we are going to learn what is gap up and what is gap down, why it happens, so and what is that we can learn from it, and how the market reacts, and what are things we can observe during this period. All right. So if you see, this is one example which I have for you guys, gap up and gap down. So if you see, the market was going in this way, and next day when the market opened, it opened here. So you see a gap over here. So this is going to be the gap down because the market opened down, so it's going to be gap down. Same way the market went on like this and finally it closed over here, and later on if you see, the market has opened over here, right? So there is a gap over here. So this is nothing but up because the market has opened up, so it's called gap up. Okay, so this is how this is down and this is up. So there is market gap up and gap down. The reason why these things will happen is because one thing, there is some bad news after the market closed. There is some bad news, something which came into the market. So next day the market opens down, people tend to sell their holdings or investments. Same way, there is some good news in the market, people tend to buy. So when there is some good news, people tend to put orders or invest in certain stocks, and that is when they will try to buy. That's why you see this gap down and gap ups happening. And also if you see these companies, example, if you see Reliance or Tata, whichever company, they post their earnings. So whenever the earnings, estimated earning is higher than expected, that is when the market goes up, or the stock price of a stock goes up, gap up. Or else same way, when the expected price goes down, the gap down happens, either due to fundamental reason or else one reason would be technical reason. So based on these reasons, this gap up and gap down will happen normally in the market. So how do we react to this? I will just show you a few examples. So we have an example of a Nifty 50 itself, how market was. For example, if I give one day chart, okay, just zooming in. So if you see over here, the market was here and finally it's opened over here. All right, so you see a gap down over here. Same way, after few days, market was going and over here it closed this line and finally opened here. So there is a gap over here. So it's a gap up. Here it is a gap down. So this is one live example of what happened recently. If you see, this is the May month which I am talking about. Sorry. So this is a gap up and gap down due to various reasons in the market, because you know election time was there. Because of a lot of reasons, stock market went up and down, and currently doing good. It has already reached to a new high over here. All right, so now I'll just show you an example of a stock. So let's say Jindal Steel also is a stock where you have this gap ups and gap downs also happening. Let's say putting a 1 minute chart. Okay, so you have one live example over here. So the market closed over here and finally opened over here. All right, here. So there is a gap over here. So what happens generally in the market for few minutes, whenever there's a gap up or gap down, the stock or whatever the market tends to fill the gap. So it opened in above, this was a gap. After few minutes, that you cannot say, let's say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it tends to fill the gap. So here if you see, this was the gap, it tend to fill the gap. So this, when I say this does, I would not say this is 100%, but this is a observation. Most of the time this happens. So next time when you see a stock going gap up like this, then the stock is gonna cover up the most of the gaps in few minutes. It may continue up to 20-30 minutes or close to 1 hour also, but it can do that. Alright, so same way when there is a gap down, it will do the opposite way. So whenever it's a gap down, people tend to buy in few minutes. Whenever it's a gap up, people tend to sell in few minutes. Okay, so that is how traders try to take advantage during this period for few minutes. Later on the trend continues either up or it may continue either down. Now if you ask me how to avoid such situation, and I cannot predict within few minutes whether I can take a position here, how to fix a direction to go buy or sell in such gap up stocks. For that, what you can do, as a general, most of the traders practice the same thing. You can just go for 1 hour breakout. So just take a 1 hour breakout for such gap up stocks. Whenever you see a gap up stock, okay, for example, this was a gap down. Okay, if you see there is a gap down over here, so the market closed over here this level and finally it opened here, so it's a gap down. All right, so now what you can do, whenever you see a gap down, gap up stocks, if you're not able to take the opposite direction advantage within few minutes, then wait for 1 hour candle. So let the 1 hour candle complete and wait for the high and low of the candle. Only if the stock breaks the above level of the candle, then we go to the buy of the stock. Okay, same way, whenever the stock breaks the low, we tend to sell over here this level. So if you say let me keep it over here, so around 145 point, almost 146 you're selling, it has gone up to 143. okay, so almost 2% is moved, but generally 0.3% or 0.5%, up to your targets you will book your profits. But in these cases, instead of confusion, we can wait for 1 hour to avoid those risks and then wait for the breakouts. If it is breaking this level, that is when we will sell this particular stock. If it is breaking this level, we tend to buy this particular stock. Okay, so that is how a beginner can consider a gap down stock, or else let's say gap up. Here there is a gap up. See, the market closed over here. All right, okay, see, if you see the market went like this, for example, the stock Jindal went like this, and next day, if you see the next day, that is what, 20th. So 20th, there is a gap up over here. So it closed over here and opened over here. So there is a obviously a gap, big gap over here. So what happened to the market? So you would have waited for that particular stock for this level and this level. So if it would have gone below this level, you would have sold the stock. It went above this level, so you are buying the stock, and whatever 0.3%, whatever target you're giving, and you're achieving it. So in those particular cases, it is more safer to wait and book enter into trade only if it breaks out. Okay, so hope this was an add-on to your knowledge, and now you got an idea of what is gap up and gap down by seeing the live chart of Jindal Steel and the market Nifty 50, and how it reacts, and how to be safer, and how to take advantage during this period of 1 hour candles. And if you want to observe also, you can observe with 1 minute candle. Like I told you, it will go opposite for some time. So most of the time this happens, so a lot of traders take advantage during that particular situation. If you are a beginner and you don't want to take risk, then wait for 1 hour candle and put the above high and above low, and that is when you can take advantage of 0.3% or more than that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Please do share this video with all your friends, and please do subscribe to the channel. See you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.